I think there are sort of three issues really. One is that they're removing the toll booths, which you can see behind me, and that will mean what they're calling free flow, but it will mean that people passing through won't be able to pay, as they currently can do, by card. They used to be paid by cash. So it means that they have to then go online. Now for some people that's not a problem, but for a number of people who don't have online access, it means effectively they have to pay, otherwise they're going to become criminals. And I think that's a reduction in customer service. The second issue is that we have a serious problem, particularly at peak congestion times, at the Humber Bridge roundabout, because it can't cope with the traffic that's coming off the A63, heading towards Beverley on the A165, and also coming out of Hull. And what the free flow means is that the traffic, instead of being streamed onto the roundabout, will just free flow straight onto the roundabout, which will add to the congestion. And that's a concern. Nobody has modelled or worked out what the implications are of adding to the problems we already have. And the final thing is, ludicrously, we have a slip road here, which is, as you can see, is coming off here. That has been in operation for 40 years, and it's used by local residents and people trying to avoid the roundabout. So not only are they taking the toll booths away, which will increase the speed of the traffic hitting the roundabout and add to the congestion, but they're actually closing the slip road, which helps at the moment to ease congestion. And so the whole thing is madness, and I'm urging the Bridge Board to think again, reopen the slip road, and have a little bit of thought about customer service in terms of people being able to pay their tolls. I mean, what the Bridge Board are doing is they're basically saying customers, can now sort out paying online, otherwise they're criminals, but they're actually not bothered about what's happening once the traffic's coming off the bridge. And to me, that's ridiculous that they have no concern about the increase in congestion that they're going to cause in the local roads. There are no proposals, and there's been no thought given to what happens when the toll booths close in terms of the effect on the bridge roundabout. I've got local residents coming to me saying that they've used this slip road for the last 40 years and they cannot understand why it's closed. It was closed during COVID because the car park was used as a testing centre. That's gone. That went months ago. All the equipment's gone. There is no reason why they can't reopen this slip road. It doesn't directly lead into car parks, which is what they're saying. It goes out onto the Ferriby Road, which then leads either to the A63 or if people want to go to Hessle. So residents cannot understand why they've closed the slip road, because it adds about 5 or 10 minutes to their journey time, going all the way up to the roundabout and then coming back into Hessle. Yeah, a lot of the traffic that comes through is HGV traffic heading for the ferries or further up into the UK. So there's going to be a question about how they can then pay online because the booths have gone, and effectively they're going to be criminalised. My preference would be to scrap the tolls, and just have free access like they have now into Wales on the M4, and I think the bridge to Skye. So I actually think that should be the better solution. But in the meantime, I think the bridge is criminalising customers by stopping them being able to pay by card. I think the issues are the east-west traffic through the roundabout gets congested, which means it backs onto the A63, and that's the roundabout is a key interchange. It's got no lights, it's got no traffic management system in place, so it's just purely the speed of the traffic coming on the bridge. I mean, the Bridge Board to me are being criminal in that they're only interested in charging customers, forcing them to pay online, removing their ability to pay at the booths, and then don't care at all about what happens to the traffic once it comes off the bridge. There is no petition, but that's certainly something that should be considered. I mean, I've written to the Bridge Board, and I know local residents have. They say they're monitoring the situation. Well, as you can see, there's nobody monitoring anything. They're not actually monitoring it. All they hope to do is keep their heads down, close this slip road, remove the toll booths, and add to the problems we already have. And I think that's criminal. We will continue to lobby them. The local MP has been involved in lobbying them as well. I've asked the East Riding. There is an issue about whether this is a highway. Although it's their land, it's been used for 40 years as a highway, and I think there's a case to be challenged in court about closing what is a highway. I mean, it was built when the bridge was built, used for 40 years. Okay, it was closed during COVID because of the COVID testing centre. Understood. But now that's gone, there's no reason on earth why they don't reopen the slip road. But my issue is they are adding to the problems that are going to happen at the roundabout and removing the one slip road off that would help to ease the congestion. It just doesn't make sense.